Thanks for staying with us. So yesterday we took a report about the fact that some people, some traditionalists, were protesting the appointment of the current VC of Obafemi Awolowo University, Professor Bamire. And this obviously was a cause of concern to many Nigerians, especially because this was a decision that was taken by the school governing body. And it seemed like the traditionalists came to the school to protest the appointment. Now, people are discussing and saying, what does this portend for our system? Is it that when we have a grouse with the system, we defer to a traditional way? And even if we want to defer to traditional, was it properly used at this time? Was it properly, were they doing the right thing? Was that the right avenue to address their grouse about this appointment? Let's hear your thoughts, especially if you're from that school and from that area. You can call us on 081-270-53687, 091-390-7694. You can also tweet to us at TVC Connect. Please hashtag your view TVC so we can read your tweets. All right, so let me start with BC because I know that you were on the show yesterday. We took it very briefly. When you read that story, what did you think?
We will always have this sort of problem if we still see ourselves as a tribe before the nation. If you still see yourself as, I am a Yoruba person before I'm a Nigerian. I'm an Igbo person before I'm a Nigerian. I'm a Calabar person before I'm a Nigerian. And so what they are fighting for is, in their mind, a form of injustice because they feel that the person who took up that position is not an indigene. So in their mind, somebody has come from wherever to come and rip us off, on not remembering that we are all supposed to be working together for the good of the school, the good of the nation, so to speak. And so we need a lot of mindset change. And that's why I'm one of the people who will advocate that when you're filling forms, we remove that state of origin. Nobody cares. You are a Nigerian, you are a Nigerian. If you are born in a state, you have spent 10 years in that state, 20 years in that state, you're automatically a member of that place. We need to start changing our mindset to understand that we are the same, we are together. As long as that person is competent and qualified for that position, that person can have it. If it comes to the time where an indigene is supposed to get the position, the person will have it. So we're here to work and ensure the good of either the school or the country. So also, I spotted there's this thing we always do when it comes to our African religion, and I was just discussing with YK. We paint it bad. When we want to, we don't see them coming out with this African religion to fight for people who have been raped. We fight for finding a way to drive out all the bandits. We don't use that. So when it comes to showing how dark and dirty our religion is, that's when we see them come. And people will look back and say, is this what people want me to be practicing in African religion? African religion has been used to stand for fairness, justice. I remember growing up and the stories I heard my father say about how the religion has been used to protect the people. It's not for things like this, so we mess it up. And tomorrow you are complaining that nobody wants to, stay with the African religion. Everybody's running to Igbo, but you are showing us the bad part of it. Okay. We don't want to see it. So please, let us try as much as possible to, so the thing is, the educated ones are beginning to understand that we are one. Yes, when it comes to jobs like this, it's all about competence. Okay, let me pause. But how do we now teach those local ones? Okay, we'll
come to the solution. I would like to start with the initial and then now. You said something which I thought like something I would like to also harp on a bit. This issue of diversity. Diversity shouldn't it be our strength than our division, than our weakness? Because if you are Yoruba, if you are Jebu, let me just say you are Ijebu, and I am, what's the other one, Egba, and we're different. But shouldn't there be strength in that difference where you're a proud Egba, I am a proud Ijebu. And even though we are still different, we understand, okay, me, I'm living in your town, Ijebu land. I'm living in your town. And I respect that I'm living in Ijebu town. Yes, I've been here for 20 years. I'm still an Egba person. But I respect you, the traditional and everything of that. And I understand and I respect the system that is in place. Therefore, should I now demand that because I am Egba, I must become the chief of this town because I've been here for 20 years? It's just a conversation we're having. What do you think?
So the traditional school is very, very separate from this things like this. This is a purely academic and administrative issue. So University of Ife is not even the state-owned school. It's a federal university. and they have their internal mechanism for appointing or promoting anybody. This was the Deputy Vice Chancellor Academics before he became Vice Chancellor substantive, before he was appointed. And now everybody in the state are now bringing issues of where he's from. Fortunately for him, the person they want and him are both from Osho State, and that still doesn't count.
Imagine.
They are now saying they, Ife Indigene, want an Ife person on the VC ship. You would think that they are talking about the honest truth.
I'm saying, you know, Nima has said this. Nima has said this thing some time ago. I didn't fully understand when she said it many years. I can't remember how long it was. But you're saying that we that are screaming for regional government, if we break this thing to region, we will still have exactly the same problem. Where somebody within Osun is still complaining that you're not from my own side. So that is, we are extremely divided. But we pretend as if, we want regional government. That regional government might just not hold. It's all this kind of conversation happening.
To be dividing it within ourselves still to your household.
Your household.
Yes.
Because per family, per name.
Yes.
Exactly.
Mariah has her own state. Mariah Afalabi Brown.
I'm telling you.
Because if you come to royalty,
her siblings, children, one state.
Yes, everybody.
Obiajulu Ugbo and her family, one state. When they do that, when they have 200 million states, maybe they are head will
calm down. Because if you see the royals too, where they have family size take turn by turn. Inside the one family, like my mother's family, the Darnesses now, they've had a royal tussle forever. They are the same grandfather's children. Because of royals too, they have divided, they have continued to divide and continue to divide. And so if you will see people taking sides, if you don't pick a stand and leave it at that, all these abuses will happen. The one that is painful is what BC talked about now. The abuse of the traditional practice and religion of our forefathers before foreign religions came. Every time you see how people want to portray our own, you would never want to be a part of it.
In evil.
It's not even just evil, the abuse of it. The drama, the gra-gra.
I actually enjoyed, I love, see, let me tell you what I liked about this whole thing. I like the fact that they came out. You know, you hear about them, you don't really see them. You know they are there when Oni is going. When Oni is there, you see all the drama. But to think that these people actually exist, they actually came out into the university campus. It was wrong, but it was interesting to see that they are there.
And the person that is inciting them behind the scenes, so I came up being somebody is inciting these people behind the scenes. That's my point of view. What is their stake in this? Exactly. They are not students of the school. They are not staff of the school. They say they are people of Ife. It is not royals too we are talking about. It's not about Ikeji Oni or Tuoni. It's not Ibakeji.
My father-in-law was a lecturer at the OAU, and he was the university librarian for many years. I think so. I know that this struggle is not new to them. Wow. There's always that struggle of, okay, whose turn is it? Oh, he's an Ekiti man. Does he deserve to be the person? There was that back and forth, and it took a lot of fighting, a lot of lobbying, a lot of, trying to talk to all these various stakeholders. These guys are stakeholders, whether I want to believe it or not. A lot of things are happening. They are stakeholders within that community.
The thing is that
there's when they have
the people that attend the university are not all from Ekiti State.
That's the point.
So why are they... You see, I think it is completely misplaced. It should not even be happening, but it just shows the moral decadence that is happening in our society today. That traditionalists, or I don't even want to call them traditionalists, because I just want to call them disturbers.
Yes.
Just coming there to come and disturb the peace. And they should have all been arrested
by now
for disturbing the peace.
Okay, would you lead the arrest?
No, they can arrest them.
Did they not arrest them at Tojota? We did not see drama.
They should get
arrest somebody at Tojota, everything they remove it. It's the rubbish.
Don't disrespect the tradition, please.
Excuse me,
we have no traditionalists. These are not traditionalists.
And I can tell you for fact that what they're doing is totally wrong.
They don't do, yes.
You don't use your even if it's in Christianity or Islam, you don't use it for your own selfish
personal gain.
Yes.
You don't do that.
They use it for personal gain, and it has nothing to do with the education of the children. In fact, they should carry that their juju.
Let me
carry it to
I would like us to wrap up on
education minister.
Yeah.
And go and be singing that our children go back to school.
Fantastic. That was what BC was saying.
All the allowance in Nigeria and beyond, because they say they're in diaspora.
Yes,
this is the time for people to come and call this Onibajes among people. These disgraceful elements that they are not part of you and disassociate from them. And I expect the traditional stools, all the traditional stool, royal stools in Ife, in Osun, not to talk of Ife alone, to come out and call out these people and separate yourself from them. Let the school institution run itself as a federal institution that it is. And if there are any reservations about the appointment of the VC, let it be dealt with academically. We have our own ways. Let's deal with our own matters.
I'm disappointed that the ONU has not even
have not said anything.
I want to add that Nima mentioned something very important, that these people are being used. So what happens is, in any form of religion, there's always the good sides and the bad sides, and selfish people will always use the bad sides to work against other things. So people are definitely, people that are aggrieved by this positioning are definitely fighting, and so they are using these people. And you people that allow yourselves to be used, I hope you know what you're doing at the end of the day, because you're painting yourself bad and nobody will want to join you. So this is not the time we're going to be doing it. This is the 21st century, for crying out loud. I saw the ridiculous waka and it was just funny.
Okay, it's interesting how 1 second we all talking about, let's go back to the culture.
Not this time.
And next second we're like, nah, ridiculous.
You are deliberately misconstruing.
No,
I'm trying to get a conversation, YK. I'm trying to see different angles.
Is it Ngige or who is the?
I'm trying to see
Minister.
But trying, yes, no
maybe when you see them,
so what we have resolved is that we can better utilize these traditionalists.
Use them well.
And use them to let them go and march
What's the
to the presidency or to the Ministry of Education and talk about, sorry?
What's the injustice they are carrying their elbow for, right?
Nothing.
Because those days, when they used to say, return something in my own place, it means that there's been an injustice and we must clean it.
And they want to fight.
What exactly are they cleaning?
Maybe that's the question we should be asking them. Do you know? We don't know.
They don't know. They should tell us if they are saying that
there could be
of this, that is an injustice, they are cleansing.
There's a possibility.
No. Doing Nollywood movies.
Is it possible?
They are doing Nollywood movies. They have Nollywood. They are correct.
Hello. Is it possible? Is it possible? I think they're going to. Is it possible that this position was rightfully supposed to be for YK? And then for some elements made it Nima's position. And they are now saying, you know what, the God said it's supposed to be for YK. And they're now coming out and saying, let's go on a break, we'll break back. We'll break back. Go on a break, we'll break back. We'll break back, we'll break back. I'm just saying that.
It will get to YK.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.